Dad, do you remember me? He has practiced those four words 14,000 times, in empty shelter rooms at 2 a.m., on the back seats of buses going nowhere specific, into mirrors that gave him nothing back but his own face. Four words, the kind of question a man should answer in 1 second without thinking. He has been waiting 14 years for that 1 second. Today he stops practicing. Noah is 17. He has $34, one pressed shirt, and half a torn photograph folded over his heart. He has taken 3 buses to reach this building. Glass, steel, 42 floors of everything money becomes when it runs out of other things to say. His father's name is cut into the marble above the entrance in letters that cost more than Noah has owned in his entire life. Cole Foundation. He does not stop walking. The male receptionist looks at him the way lobbies like this are built to make people like Noah feel. Already processed, already declined, already a mistake. Noah meets his eyes without blinking and says one sentence. The receptionist makes a call. Something happens during the silence on the other end that shifts his expression. He puts the phone down carefully. He tells Noah to wait. Noah sits on the bench with his back straight. His Uncle Thomas taught him that posture. 14 years of being raised by a man who was not his father, but loved him like he was the only thing that mattered. That uncle is gone now. Noah is here with 4 rehearsed words and $34, and nobody watching his back anymore. In his shirt pocket, folded 4 times, paper gone soft from handling, is his half of the torn photograph. A baby held in someone's arms, the rest torn cleanly away. He has never seen the other half, does not know if it still exists. He has looked at those torn arms so many times he knows every crease by memory. 42 floors above this bench, a man who has not said the name Noah aloud in 14 years is sitting completely still. The intercom light is blinking. He is not pressing it. A young, well-dressed male crosses the lobby. Expensive suit, easy stride, the specific lightness of someone who has never once sat on this bench waiting. He laughs at something on his phone, says, "Yeah, love you, Dad," without slowing, and steps into the elevator. The doors close. Noah watches them close. His jaw does not move. Richard Cole's foundation donated $2 million last week to shelters for children without fathers. The boy on this bench has been sleeping in one of those shelters for 6 months. Richard's name is on the donation plaque in the building where his own son slept without knowing whose name was on the wall. He does not know this yet. The clock reads 2:41 p.m. Noah takes out his half of the photograph, looks at the torn arms that once held him, folds it back, presses it over his heart. He has one question left in him. And above this lobby ceiling, 42 floors of silence, something is either deciding or breaking. He has waited 14 years. He can wait a little longer. Richard Cole has made decisions in seconds his entire life. He ended a $400 million acquisition in 30 seconds flat. He has fired senior executives in less time than it takes to finish a sentence. Every business magazine that has ever written about him uses the same word, decisive. He has not moved from his chair in 47 minutes. Downstairs, Noah sits with his back straight and his hands folded. He has learned in 17 years of waiting rooms and shelter queues that there is a specific way to wait that does not cost you your dignity. Back straight, eyes forward. You give nothing to a room that has already decided it owes you nothing. He gives nothing away. The clock moves. The elevator does not. At the 55-minute mark, the security guard approaches. Heavy-set, 40s, the expression of a man doing something he has not made peace with. He speaks quietly and looks at the floor while he speaks. 5 more minutes, 14 years, reduced to 5. Noah looks at the clock, 3:03 p.m. He looks at the elevator. He puts everything left in him into the hoping, the kind with no logic behind it except that he has come too far to turn around now, the kind that has kept him on 3 buses and 1 train and 1 communal ironing board at 5 a.m. and 1 bench for 55 minutes. He is not ready to stop. At 3:08 p.m., he stands. He straightens his collar, picks up his bag, tucks his half of the photograph flat against his chest one last time, the torn arms, the faceless person who once held him, and turns toward the exit, slowly, the walk of someone who has practiced how to leave places without making the leaving visible. He has done this before. He knows exactly how to carry it. The elevator opens. Noah stops. Not from the sound, from the shift in the lobby, the specific change in air pressure when something that has been still for 47 minutes finally moves. He turns around. Richard Cole walks out without his jacket, shirt collar open, silver hair slightly wrong. The hair of a man who spent 47 minutes in a chair trying to prepare for something that cannot be prepared for and eventually just stood up. He stops the moment he sees Noah. Something happens to his face that no boardroom has ever seen. Not guilt, not the practiced expression of a man ready for a difficult meeting. Something involuntary and old, the specific look of a man finding his own jaw and his own eyes in a 17-year-old face standing 4 feet away from him. The security guard between them quietly steps aside. Noah's bag is still in his hand. He was leaving. He was already gone. And now his father is standing across this lobby with his collar open and his hair wrong and his face broken open in a way that has no professional category. And neither of them moves, and the clock reads 3:08, and the elevator closes softly, and the silence between them is the loudest thing in the building. The 4 words are in Noah's throat, right where they have been for 14 years. And the man across the lobby is not running, not this time. Noah does not demand anything. He does not ask for money, does not ask for explanation, does not ask for the 14 years of silence, or the shelter beds, or the 3 buses, or the $34, or the uncle who raised him and is gone now. He does not ask for any of it. He has carried all of that alone for a long time, and he is not here to put it down on someone else's floor. He is here for one thing only. He walks toward his father across the lobby, measured, steady, the walk of someone who has been preparing for this their entire life. He stops 4 feet away, close enough to see what he has been looking for in mirrors for 17 years. Richard Cole's jaw, his own jaw, the same angle, the same set, the same way of holding the face level when the world is asking it to break. Noah looks at his father's face and finds himself looking back. He asks the question, not loudly, not with anger. The way you say something you have been carrying so long it has worn smooth. 4 words, simple, the kind of question that should take 1 second to answer. Dad, do you remember me? Richard Cole cannot speak. Not because the answer is no, because the answer is yes. And yes, standing in a lobby at 3:08 p.m. in front of a 17-year-old boy who has his eyes and his jaw and his way of holding himself upright is more devastating than any no could ever be. He remembers. He has always remembered. The lobby goes completely still. The security guard does not move. The clock on the wall ticks once, and the sound of it fills the entire space. The city moves outside the glass, indifferent, ordinary, and none of it enters here. Then Richard's hand moves to his jacket pocket. He takes out a worn folded piece of paper, folded so many times the creases have gone white. The paper soft from 14 years of being carried in every wallet and every coat. He unfolds it slowly, his half of the photograph. A young man holding something, the baby's face torn cleanly away. He holds it up. Noah stares at it. Then Noah's hand goes to his own shirt pocket. He takes out his half, the baby in someone's arms, the rest torn away. He holds it beside Richard's half. The 2 pieces meet. After 14 years, the photograph is whole. A young man holding his son, both of them finally in the same frame, the torn edge between them, the only evidence of everything that was lost. Richard Cole sits down on the lobby bench, not slowly, not gracefully, the way a man sits when his legs have simply finished. He puts his face in both hands. Noah stands beside him for a moment, then he sits down too, not touching him, just beside him. The first time he has ever been beside his father. The security guard looks away. The lobby clock ticks. Outside the glass, the city does not stop for any of this. Some things happen quietly, in lobbies, on benches, between 2 people and half a photograph and 14 years of a question that finally got its answer. Some men spend their whole lives building empires to deserve a child they already had. The child never needed the empire. He only ever needed to be remembered.